How you doing, Austin?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm doing well, doing well. Thank you for taking the time to come on to my stream.
Absolutely.
So if you can let everyone know a little bit about, who you are and what your sentiments are.
I'm Auston Holleman. I'm in Dallas, Texas, and I am a United States refugee currently. And I am here to encourage other men to become refugees because it's that bad out here. So you need to get your passport.
Okay, and now you say it's that bad. So tell me about it. What's bad?
There's an extreme lack of substance. There's a flake rate epidemic. Flaking is ridiculous in the United States, and I don't do well with flakes. And there's a lot of bad hygiene too.
Yes, I never heard that before, but apparently you just more recently I've hearing about men saying that some women are not taking care of themselves and
Mm-hmm.
they have a smell. So is this a lot of women or just a few women?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot?
It's a lot. It's a
Okay.
lot.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you looked at my channel. I talk a lot about femininity. Is that a big issue? I know when you did a list, and I think it was number 4 on your list. So I know it wasn't the biggest thing on your list opposed to people playing games, but is that a big issue in the US, femininity opposed to those outside of America?
Yeah, femininity is a huge issue. It's a
Okay.
huge
Now, what's
issue.
your version of femininity? What are the things that you're running into?
Well, they like to call you bro. I'm not
Mm,
bros with females. That is a no-no. That's a huge turn on. That's a friend zone word. But see, there's some chicks that I'm definitely not. Well, I was definitely not in their friend zone, and yeah, they still call me bro. I'm like, we just don't need to. Mm.
okay. So they have a little bit masculine traits, is what you're saying, and how they, because that sounds like something a guy would say to another guy, bro.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. They have a lot of masculine traits, like they call you bro. They also behave like I don't know. They're very they want to be in charge a lot, and you don't want a man that you can be in charge of. I'm pretty sure that no woman actually wants a man that is following behind her tail.
No, she won't respect that guy. Even
Yeah,
if she
no.
was, trying to take charge, women don't respect the guy that they're leading. Um, so what you mentioned about women playing games, and I thought I heard you say something about on dating sites where they're not really looking for a relationship. It's just an ego boost.
Yeah, dating apps are a circus actually, and for me, they're a circus. But the entire United States, there's games, but dating apps are just out of the question. Um, yeah, they're a circus. They're there just for validation. They'll match with you and send you one message, and then you'll never hear from them again.
Wow. Did you see that post I put up about a guy who sent me his Bumble?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, I'm gonna put it up. I put it up. I put it up earlier when we started. I just want you to see this and tell me if you've experienced this. Hopefully, it doesn't um, mess us up. Let me. Can you see my screen?
I can't see your screen. I can just see you.
Okay. I don't know if you can. Let me see if you can see it. I'll put it down if you can't. Can you see this?
Hmm. And whose is that?
It's just someone who showed me profiles on a dating site.
Hmm. See, I haven't. Well, I haven't seen one that intense, but mm,
Yeah. So a lot of women are saying they need an ego boost. I think this guy said that he had other people that were actually married when you go to their Instagram page, but they were on dating sites. And I guess it's for ego boost. I guess it's the whole like Aisha Curry where she's married but wants attention to see if she still got it. So yeah, but we're not going to go into that. But they actually use the exact same word you use. Dating apps are a circus. and
They
it's
did?
people who are playing games. Yeah, they actually
Oh, I
use
didn't know
that
that.
word, the circus, and they find it hard. And I think this is a pretty cool gentleman. So I was actually surprised he ran into a lot of that, because that last post I just showed you, women are saying they're wanting something serious, but you're saying a lot of women are flaking.
They don't know what they want.
Okay.
And I didn't know what I wanted either for a while because I couldn't get any experience.
Oh wow. So tell me a little bit more, or tell the audience a little bit more about what you mean by flaking. What are some of your experiences?
Now, I'm not saying when I say couldn't get experience, I wasn't saying I'm inexperienced. I have a lot of experience with not with that, but I come back to that. Like I said, the dating apps, it's a circus. You got that, but then there's a lot of women that will that have tried to see when they say, "Oh, I got to get to know you for so many weeks." I just don't even respond because I figure that's just BS. So they'll talk to you. I've had women talk to me for 2, 3, 4 weeks through text, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I'm in Dallas, and that's where I live." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm about to be free in such and such time. We should meet up. I've never met you." And then they're like, "Oh, well, I don't know. You kind of intimidate me." Oh, so what you're not, so you're just not going to see me at all? I mean, what kind of logic is that? And so just don't even text me anymore then, because I'm not trying to be a pen pal. You have that kind of stuff, or you just have just people that are set up. It's just a flake. People will set up dates and you never hear from them again. I've had women leave notes in my car. Two up. Well, the second one didn't flake, but the first one, she left a note in my car, and then I couldn't get her on the phone. She responds to text every 5 hours. And then you couldn't set anything up with her through text because she's taking so long to respond. I'm like, why did you leave a note in my car? I thought that was the highest level of interest. But apparently it was just a validation test, I guess.
Wow. I wonder if women are looking at listening to the wrong coaches or people talking
Oh yeah.
about relationships, and they're just getting crazy information. Because I remember one of the things that a lot of women start doing that was, I feel like it's still a game. It's still a game. The whole 90-day rule thing. I understand, but I understand what the original intent was, to have women, slow down. But a lot of women they're telling the guy, we're waiting 90 days. They play the game and they learn nothing in those 90 days. And then day 91, everything's supposed to be like perfect. But so yeah, a lot, apparently what you're saying, a lot of women are playing games. They really don't want anything, but they say there's not men out there. But you're saying you want something. You want to be beyond just one date.
Well, actually, I don't know what I want to do with them because they flake. I know that I was physically attracted to them, but I don't know where I want to go with them because you don't hear from them again. Now,
But
that's not
beyond them,
every chick.
What's your original intent? Just the idea of dating. What is your original intent? Not with one person specifically, but in general.
Well, like I was saying before, it's kind of hard because when I talk to so-called friends, they say, "Oh, do you even know what you want?" That's why I call them so-called friends, because it's not really supportive. They say, "Oh, do you know what you want?" And I'm like, "How do you know what you want if you can't experience anything?" So, yeah, my intent was, hey, let's talk, let's meet or whatever. Usually the chicks that go through with it are the ones I don't want. So yeah, I didn't know what I wanted until I went to Brazil and I was actually able to deal with women that showed up. Like the flake rate, I don't think I've ever been flaked on in Brazil. And yeah, never. And it was a high success rate. So at one point I thought I liked spicy attitude chicks. That's when I was here. That wasn't debunked because I didn't get to get any attitude, or it was too much attitude and I did get it. I went to Brazil. I dated this chick for like 3 or 4 months. And then I was like, yeah, I don't think I want that anymore. But I was able to learn that because I was able to experience that. So I think I'd probably kill my mental health if I stayed here.
So are you thinking of moving to Brazil?
Oh, I'll be out of here by January.
Okay, so that's going to be like your new residence in Brazil.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now, just quick question. I know you can't speak for everyone, but for all the guys who are looking to go and get their passports or wherever they're going, if they're going to go there for just, I don't know, a week or two, how are they going to have this long-term relationship? Or are these guys who are looking to actually, if they find someone there, they're going to stay put in that particular area? How is dating outside the U.S. going to work as long-term? Do you know?
Well, you have to go a week or two the first time to get exposed, to be enlightened, to see the light. But we in my Facebook group, we actually encourage. Well, I have some people that teach men how to make money overseas doing things like software engineering. But hey, that's up to you. Most of these people that watch myself, they're not going to take the initiative, and I know that. But there's a good few hundred people that have, not a few hundred that have already, but there's tons of people that have already. Uh, the thing that they could do is relocate. I mean, you can risk it and bring her back here. I mean, I wouldn't recommend that, but like I got a
Mm,
chick that is I met in Rio back in February, and she's on the East Coast right now, and I think I'm about to have to fire her. Well, I can't get rid of her. I've already tried to, but I mean, she's no, the Americanization is happening.
okay. So I have a question for you. Actually, someone in the
Mm-hmm.
comments have a question for you. Is they said that they claim that you're looking for something real for substance, but they're not hearing any substance from you, just complaints. Um, are and I'm not sure what um unless he's being intimate with a lot of women, how would you know? Oh, I guess about the hygiene issue. Is it because you just smell it close up to them, or you is it
Oh,
something that you only when you're
I
intimate?
there's been times, yeah, that chicks have been fully dressed and I can smell it, but I mean, just because I say that there are a lot of women that stink doesn't mean I slept with them. That means there was a lot of women I didn't sleep with.
Oh, okay, okay. So you just
That's a
smelt them just being close to them. Okay, so I think
no.
let me go back to what they're originally asking. I think I touched on this when I was asking, what's your intent? Are you
Mm-hmm.
looking for a relationship? Just in general. I know you don't know what you want with the exact person that you encounter, but your mind frame, are you looking for a committed relationship and then you just can't get what you want from that exact person that you interact with at the time? Or you're still not sure what you want, whether it's short term, long term?
Well, I have about 80% of what I want now that I've been to Brazil twice this year. Before I went to Brazil, I think I might have had 30% of knowledge on, or I might have been 30% aware of what I wanted out of a woman. But now that I've been able to date around with some quality women that didn't flake, I know what I want. But I mean, doing this, I'm about to travel around the world. So I tell anybody I meet now, I'm not about to settle down yet because my subscribers want to see everything. So I just tell them I'm about to be around the world. And you can stick around or not. I don't lie to anybody. I don't waste time, anybody's time. So they know.
Okay.
So
So what
it's
is it?
gonna be by the time I'm 30. I'm not gonna be wanting to have kids or get married until I'm about 30.
Oh,
But
okay. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay. All right. So yeah, very mature probably for a lot of your counterparts that
Mm-hmm.
you're around because a lot of young men aren't traveling as much with that. So all right. So you said you now that you've been to Brazil, you know a lot more of what you want in a woman. Just a
Mm-hmm.
list. Do you have a rundown of what you would like to see in a woman at this stage in your life?
Well, I was raised by a traditional mother. She's not traditional anymore so much, but I know I want somebody with traditional values that can cook and clean, has good pH, that inspires me, that is supportive of me. Like for example, I had a chick that was. I've had some chicks that have gave me a lot of ideas. Some chicks that complimented me. All that stuff really, really matters. And a lot of American women lack the effort to just, hey, how are you doing? I thought about you. That means a lot. So that's why I said I'd never look in the United States with my wife because I probably had one chick do that. But
Oh,
those are a few things.
Davita back with another video. I overheard someone say that marriage is overrated. A lot of women say, I like the strong silent type. Well, a lot of men like the feminine silent type. And for sure, it's going down. right. So a lot of times people are not getting the value. When to speak and when to be quiet is one of the most powerful. She's going to be aggressive, thinking that. And as someone who's been married for 12 years, she's driven, not lazy. And this will make yourself and get on the right path. That understand that you might be doing a disservice to your daughter if you don't help her understand vetting and proper decision making. Now she's going to be a basket case later. If you don't help her understand emotional intelligence, she's going to hold on to a lot of emotional baggage. If you don't